What's up guys, it's Epic here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about classic zombies versus modern zombies. Why does it feel so different? How come classic zombies has more value to the player? And what can we look for in future games? Here in this video, I'll be looking at older titles versus newer titles. By the way, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Because this video literally took forever to make, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Let's dive into weapons. Weapons in Call of Duty is such a massive part of the game. From wonder weapons, LMGs, assault rifles, SMGs, pistols, and yada yada yada, there is a lot to cover. So I'm going to focus on the fundamentals, like how they interact in newer games compared to older games. When I mean older games, I'm talking about anything before Black Ops 3. Black Ops 4 introduced a new point system that affects how weapons interact in the game. Truth be told, I'm not the biggest fan of it because they made it to where it transferred over to Black Ops Cold War and all the newer titles basically. Let's take a look at starting weapons first for Black Ops Zombies history because I think it's a very important topic. Alright guys, for this we're going to go all the way back to Call of Duty World at War. Call of Duty World at War had the Colt M1911, the original first starting pistol that was ever added to Call of Duty Zombies. It is such an iconic weapon. Oh my goodness, this gun has been added so many times in Call of Duty Zombies history, it's remarkable. Typically, if you're playing older titles, the gun has an 8-round magazine and fires at an uncapped rate, meaning you can spam it as fast as you want, which is pretty freaking awesome. But let's be real, even though it's such an iconic weapon, it wasn't the best. But hey, it's a starting weapon. Typically, you're supposed to trade these weapons out in the later rounds, but if you keep it, you can always turn it into the Mustang and Sally, which is a plus. But, speaking of World at War, there's no PhD, so good luck with that. Something new that Call of Duty has been doing in Zombies has been adding loadout systems. You can now spawn in with a weapon of your choice on round 1. For example, I can load in on Black Ops 6 with an LMG on round 1, as long as I'm the corresponding level to unlock that LMG. Now, am I a fan of this system personally? I don't know. I personally feel like they should have left this out of the newer Call of Duty titles, mainly because it removes that difficulty factor in the early rounds. But we also have to remember that this is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, where the new point system still stands strong. In the classic point system, every hit marker you would get on a zombie would equal to 10 points. This means that you could shoot a zombie 8 times in a leg and then knife him, acquiring that extra 80 points in the early rounds. But there are some pluses to this new system. There is a zombies camo grind, which would take a long time if you were constantly having to spin the box to get a specific weapon. So that's kind of understandable. I feel like starting weapons are very iconic in the classic Zombies games, and in the newer Zombies games, they kind of lack that, I guess, feeling. For example, in Black Ops 3, we had a multitude of starting weapons. We had the M1911, we had the MR6, and we had the Bloodhound from Shadows of Evil. We had a variety of starting weapons, and they all carried some sort of value to that player and that map at that time, which I think is awesome. Black Ops 6 and newer titles do not have map-specific weapons. Unless we're talking about wonder weapons, of course. But anyway. Another weapon category that lost its purpose is SMGs. Since the point system has now been changed, SMGs no longer really have a purpose. Why would you use an SMG over something like a shotgun or a wonder weapon for that matter, when it all gives you the same amount of points? See, in classic titles, SMGs were used as point weapons, quote unquote. These point weapons were typically fast, weak firing weapons that gave you a lot of points. I understand why they changed this up in the newer system, because they want the players to be able to use every type of weapon without having to solely depend on it being a point weapon. But at the same time, I feel like also when you categorize a weapon as a point weapon, it becomes almost characterized, and it gains more value. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's talk about weapons upgrades and Pack-a-Punch, because there's a lot to cover. I think in classic titles, the Pack-a-Punch system is a lot more simpler, and I honestly prefer it over the current Pack-a-Punch system. The newer Pack-a-Punch system, yes, offers a lot of customizability and, you know, ammo mods and whatnot, but the classic Pack-a-Punch system offered weapon specialties. For example, if you got a crossbow in Black Ops 1 Zombies and Pack-a-Punched it, it became a monkey bomb crossbow. Another example is in not only Black Ops 1, but also Black Ops 2. If you Pack-a-Punch the ballistic knife, it becomes basically a revive shot. So you shoot them and it revives them. I personally prefer the original Pack-a-Punch system because I just do not like going to the Pack-a-Punch machine like 5 or 6 times to get my gun max Pack-a-Punch and going to the ammo mod machine to get it, you know, fully rarity, like max legendary rarity. It just takes a long time. I feel like it adds unnecessary like upgrade and whatnot, but I do think it is good, you know, to keep people progressing and stuff, and they do have to find a way to balance all the weapons, and I think that's what they did with this system. But I just prefer throwing my gun in the Pack-a-Punch machine once or twice, and, you know, either having, you know, blast furnace or whatever, or dead wire or something, or fireworks, and just calling it a day. I think Black Ops 3 did Pack-a-Punch systems perfectly with their elemental ammo mods and stuff they did with their like PAP 2 and whatnot. I really do think that this new system is it's very lackluster, but I do understand that they do want to add more content. They want zombies to be able to be expandable. They don't want it to be one just, you know, the same thing over and over again, I guess. But yeah, that's my opinion on Pack-a-Punch. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'll say it again. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Thank you. Another thing I'd like to mention about classic zombies versus modern zombies. Did you guys ever feel like classic zombies was scary? Like, I remember me booting up Kino for the very first time on my 360 and me being like terrified. I don't know, it just, something about it, it's just really scary. The classic titles, they have this sense of like dull and like creepy. I don't know how to explain it. And the newer titles, they just lack that. It's real colorful and stuff. But I'm not complaining. I do like the newer titles. Like I said, this is not a hate video towards Black Ops 6. I absolutely love Black Ops 6. I'm actually Prestige 5 in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I played that much zombies. But I do think that they should definitely try to make the game a little bit more scarier. I noticed in the classic titles, the game had a little bit more like sense of fear, and like I remember me playing Zetsubo for the first time, and it was just very scary experience. But yeah. Alright guys, let's talk about perks in this game, because perks is a big one in this game, because they have new augments, which augments are things that you can add to your perk to make them better. So we have a lot of perks in this game. We basically have all the classic perks, and I think one new one. Yeah, we got one new one. Personally, I love this new augment system. I'm gonna talk about this a lot because I absolutely love this new augment system. This new augment system completely changes the game for the better. This augment system allows you to equip stuff on your perks that, like for example, there's a upgrade for Juggernog. You can get an upgrade and it lets you deflect all incoming damage on your back. So basically you have a shield on your back. Classic zombies, I mean, I think it does its, classic zombies, if you've played, like, 1, 2, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, for example, or any installment for that matter, you know that the perks, I mean, they're good, they're fine. They're not too OP. They're not, they're not like terrible. They're just right. They're perfect. Perks are, they're a good topic. They're a really good topic. I definitely want to see more perks out of the Black Ops 6. I like that they added Volterade back. And that's really cool. I definitely want to see more perks out of the Black Ops 6, which I know they will add. But no, I think they should keep this system. This new augment system is really cool, and people seem to love it. But yeah, it's a grind though, guys. You have to level up these augments. You don't just spawn in with them unlocked. You have to level every single one of these augments up, and it's definitely a grind because I'm still not done doing it, and I'm Prestige 5. But yeah, I definitely love the augment system in Black Ops 6. I think that's one of the coolest things they've added since. Like Black Ops 3 or something. I love it. I really do like the augment system. One thing that I wish they would change about the augment system is how long it takes for you to unlock all the augments, because I got to round 101 with my buddies, and I was upgrading the melee macchiato perk, and it still wasn't fully upgraded. It just took a long time, and I had double XP on as well, so that's what's really confusing. But yeah, I think that they should definitely keep this system. Classic Zombies, obviously, you did it right. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if you can improve it, why not go for it? And they definitely improved it in this, and I absolutely love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And I'm gonna be making another video like this here in the near future. So if you are looking forward to that, please like, subscribe. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and later.